Hey, what's going on, everybody?
Party people, how you feeling?
What's going on, and welcome back to the PapaJugg Podcast. We are back on Friday. Woohoo! I love it. Very happy to be back because we have a lot to cover tonight. There's been a lot of news in the last week or so, and first of all, I want to thank everybody if you are watching this live on YouTube or maybe the VOD on YouTube, whatever you're doing. But if you are one of the VOD people or if you're one of the YouTube people, if you're a YouTuber, let's go with that. If you are one of the YouTube people, then I want to welcome you because the month of November has been the best month ever for not only the podcast, but also for the channel as a whole. Okay, I'm going to put this into numbers for you. And I realize I'm not the world's biggest, content creator on YouTube, but still, this was an amazing month for me. We had more than 15,000 views of our videos. We had more than 500 hours watched of content. We had almost 70 new subscribers drop into the channel. So we are more than now, but couldn't say this in October. I can say this in November. We are well past halfway to the goal of 500 subs, which again, that will open up the door for the first level of the YouTube partner program. Very exciting stuff. So if you are one of those new people, or if you're one of the people that have supported me since before those almost 70 people showed up, whatever timeline you fall on, I just want to thank you for all of your support. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're enjoying the content. You guys know, I think, hopefully, you guys know that you can always comment, you can DM me, you can do whatever. If you've got ideas, if you've got feedback, like, hey, Jug, your podcast sucks, change this. Just shoot me a message. Like, you guys can always give me feedback on this stuff. I want to make sure I'm creating the content that you find entertaining. So to everybody that has come in recently, thank you so much for joining. You are welcome. And we're looking forward to having you here live in chat if you want to. You could do like the people that are already here. They're over there. You could join them and you could be live in chat too. So that's entirely up to you. So anyways, like I said, we do have a lot to go over tonight. Oh, and second of all, because we've already done the first of alls. So let's do the second of alls. The second of all is I'm wearing my own merch. Look, it's a sweatshirt. I don't have a ton of space behind me. I can't like really stand up. And plus the camera doesn't do much, but yeah, it's got the pineapple on that arm. See, it's got party time on that arm. Like this is legit. This is awesome stuff. So excited. So yeah. And then there's the big, there's the big thing on the back, but if I watch. So that's the, a good morning, a good day, a good night. It's the expression. I always want you guys to have good, whatever it is you're having. So, so this is the premium sweatshirt. Got this for myself and, cause baller. But yeah, got myself the premium sweatshirt. This thing is super soft. I love this. This is really nice. It's got the pockets in front, but it's all really super soft cotton and stuff. I think this is the cotton one. Yeah. I think this is the really nice one. So anyways, this is the premium thing. If you guys are interested in picking up some PJParty merch, especially for the holiday season, then definitely make sure you go do that. Just go to the merch store, shop.papajuggernaut.com or !merch, which I don't know if it's going to work on YouTube because YouTube apparently isn't firing the commands like it's supposed to. So I discovered that. Fun times. So I've got to take a look at that. But anyways, shop.papajuggernaut.com. You can go check out the entire merch store, all including the 5 items that just launched in time for the holidays. We launched 2 sweatshirts, 2 beanies, and a blanket. And I do want to remind everybody, if you order, I think by Monday, delivery by Christmas is guaranteed. Any item should be easily reaching you before Christmas. If you order after Monday, it may depend on the product. I can tell you though, every single blanket that has been ordered as of today will be you'll get it at least a week before Christmas. All the blankets are flying out the doors already. Those are gone. The last blanket order came in 3 days ago, I think it was, and it's already been shipped. So that part, like those are moving fast. The blankets are supposed to take longer, but the manufacturer is really cranking these things out for me. So it's really, really nice. So if you want to do that, definitely go do that. And then don't forget, if you are a Diamond Discord sub or if you're a Sapphire Discord sub, you have your own exclusive discount code that you can use to save a little bit of money. It's a discount on every single product on every order you order. So it's not like a one-time use. It's not certain items. I made it available to all of the stuff. So GG's. Anyways, tonight, what are we talking about? Let's move on. Tonight, we are talking about a lot of different things. There's everybody's favorite guy to hate, Elon Musk. Why? Because he deserves it. We are going to be talking about Elon Musk for two different reasons tonight, and they're both important. I don't just talk about people because they're famous. I talk about people because there's an important reason for it. So we're going to be talking about Elon Musk tonight for two different reasons. The first is Cybertruck. The Tesla Cybertruck was announced or was unveiled-ish. Like they had the whole delivery event. Now that those things are finally getting out to people, it's only a few years late, but whatever. We're going to be talking about that. We're going to be talking about YouTube and XQC. Normally XQC getting punished on YouTube is not a big deal. It's like, okay, so whatever he did something stupid. But this is more about YouTube. It's not really the XQC thing. We're going to be talking about YouTube and why XQC got punished and what it means for both content creators and also for the audience. We're going to be talking about Star Citizen. And that's because Star Citizen did amazing things in the month of November. It turns out when Star Citizen has a great month, so does Jug. Woohoo! We're going to be talking about the game releases for the month of December, which I'm a genius, by the way. If you're seeing this instead of just listening to the audio like on Spotify or something, yeah, I'm a genius. So what happened was I brought in this little clip art calendar that says 2023 December. Cool. It had all the dates on it, 1 through 31. That's great. The problem was the numbers were black, and this is a black background. So I thought, I'm going to solve this problem. Because I looked at it just before going live, and I was like, oh no, I've got to fix that. The black on black doesn't work. I go in, I push the bucket, beep, boop, paint bucket, bing. Yeah, it turns out it wiped out all the numbers, so now we just have a blank calendar. So that sucked. Couldn't fix it right. My bad. We're also going to be talking about Unity because we've talked about Unity in the past and they are just not having a good year. Unity is getting their ass beat, but it's all self-inflicted wounds. So different, yeah. So thank you. I appreciate the congratulations in chat. Yes, November was a great month. So anyways, we can jump right into this and let's talk about our first topic, which is going to be the world of Star Citizen. If you're looking at the VOD or if you're watching this live, what you see on the screen right now is the fundraising chart for Star Citizen. As a project, it's also Squadron 42, but this is their fundraising chart. And I have highlighted the month of November 2023 because they broke two records in the month of November. The first was in the 11 years that this game has been in development. This has been their biggest fundraising month ever. According to this chart, pledges went up by $28 million in a month. Okay. That is up 23% from before. Citizen increase, 92,000 new citizens. That's 92,000 new players have signed up to join this game. So November 2023 has been the biggest fundraising month for Star Citizen in 11 years of development. It crushed every other number. There's no other month that even came close. Last year was their biggest year ever. Okay, last year was a huge year for them. They raised a whole bunch of shit ton of money. And they are already well in advance, probably 20 million more than they needed to achieve beating that number. So they're probably, I would guess they're probably going to finish this year. Maybe, what was last year? Last year was, I think, 113 million. I'm betting this year will be 125 easy. That's my guess. I think that's where it's going to be. Why does this matter? Especially if you don't play Star Citizen. Why does this matter? This matters for a couple of reasons. One, it shows that games that are being innovative, and again, if you're a new sub to the YouTube channel, you've probably seen the video. It's doing really well right now in terms of views and hours and all of that. And that is the react video that I created to the Star Engine demo video. When you create something that people have wanted for a long time, when you are delivering, when you're promising and delivering things that are groundbreaking technology, there is a community of gamers who will back you. There is a community of gamers that say, yes, this is what we want. We want to see more of this coming out into the world. Make this stuff. And they will back you for it. And you got to remember, this isn't like a Fortnite. This isn't like a Call of Duty. This is a small community. There's a grand total over 11 years. They're just under 5 million accounts created. Okay. Fortnite has had more people than that play the game in a day. So you got to like put this into context. This is a small community, but this is now arguably top 3 most expensive games ever developed. I mean, I think the number, if we remember right, we talked about this in a previous episode. I think the most recent number we have for GTA 6, we're going to mention that too. But GTA 6, I think the development cost is somewhere around $1 billion. Okay, that's kind of like one of the higher estimates. It's like $1 billion to develop GTA 6. This is a game that doesn't have a huge, studio behind it and all that, and they're already approaching 700 million. So there are gaming communities, there are audiences that want to see new tech. They want to see new innovative property. I mean, look how excited people were for Starfield. Starfield was rolling through. Everybody's like, oh my God, yes, a new title. We're so excited about this. It's going to be a new title, new visuals. Woohoo! People were so stoked. Didn't quite live up to what everybody was hoping for. Still an amazing game. We talked about this last week. I'm still surprised that Starfield did not make the Game of the Year nominees, but whatever. But still, people were excited to see something new instead of sequel after sequel after sequel after sequel, engine after engine after engine. It's the same thing again and again and again. Baldur's Gate 3, kind of a mix of both. Baldur's Gate 3 did some innovative and updated stuff, but it's 3. It's the third one. Like it's not even the second. It's the third one. It's like, okay, we've done this twice before. This is a really cool milestone, I think, for gaming. I think this shows that if you do something unique, you don't have to be a big studio to get a bunch of money. I think that it's showing. The other thing that this demonstrates is that Star Citizen did a really good thing in the last couple of months, or I should say it's December now. So yeah, last couple of months, when they did their CitizenCon and they started to show the massive amount of progress that had been made on both Star Citizen as for the engine, for Star Engine, but then also for Squadron 42. Squadron 42 is their single player game. It's the thing that was, really sort of the hype. It's what launched the project to begin with. Star Citizen was the afterthought. Star Citizen was like, well, we'll give you a multiplayer thing. Haha, enjoy. Off you go. And Squadron 42 is now feature complete. So they were able to show off like a 23-minute trailer or something for this new game. And this new game it looks amazing. The technology behind it is amazing. We've seen that in Star Engine. But it also has, huge talent behind it. It's got Mark Hamill. It's got Gary Oldham. It's got Gillian Anderson, John Rhys Davies. It's got all of this talent that they had recruited, and it is now they're just polishing it. So everybody finally was like, yes, this is what we've been waiting for. You're getting closer. We're looking forward. We can almost see the finish line. Like huge advances. And I think that's a pretty cool thing to see when it comes to what audiences are willing to support in gaming development. In chat, I'm not surprised since they are also building a game engine with it. Exactly. It's completely new. And the engine that they're building, go look at that React video that I put together. Go watch me as I watch the trailer for this thing. It is amazing what is going to be capable with this new engine. It is groundbreaking stuff. And I think that's pretty cool. I'm very much looking forward to whenever this comes out. I promise you Squadron 42 is going to be at least a $70 to $80 title. It wouldn't surprise me if they kick it up to 90, but 70 minimum. There's no chance that this is going to be less than $70. So cool stuff there. Update on Star Citizen. If you are interested in becoming a Star Citizen player, if you don't have your account yet and you would like to, there's going to be links down in the description of the VOD and then also in the show notes for the audio version. You're going to have a link. Click that link. It is my referral link. So you get a couple of things. One, the game studio, CIG, is going to give you 5,000 credits when the game launches that you can use in game. I will give you 1 million credits just from me. I will give you 1 million credits if you use my code to start your account. And you can use those in Star Citizen right now. You don't have to wait for the game to launch. I will give you 1,000,000 credits right now. So there's perks. I will also be your Star Citizen guide. If you are interested in learning more about Star Citizen, you're like, okay, cool, I got my account, I got my game pack, we're ready to go. Great. I will give you a tour of the verse. I will explain gameplay. I'll explain game loops. I will explain tech. I'll explain ships. I'll explain anything I know that you want to know. I will walk you through all of that. You have that from me, no additional cost. I am a Star Citizen guide. So check that out. Click the link, and it is a big help to the community also. Let's move on to topic number 2, which is Unity. I have to bring up some facts here because Unity is such a disaster right now. You may remember from previous episodes, we talked about their development fee that they were going to be charging for anybody who sold over 200,000 or had 200,000 downloads or sold like more than $2 million in costs or whatever. Unity was going to start charging them per download. It was so badly received that they had to immediately update, aka clarify, aka cover their ass, the program. And they said, no, it's only going to be after this dollar amount, and it's only going to be after this many downloads. You know, if you're a small, tiny developer and you sell 20 games, we're not charging you the fee. Don't worry about it. It doesn't matter. They did that so late in the game that nobody cared. Everybody's like, no, you burned the bridge of trust between us as game devs. You burned the bridge between the game devs and you. And it really, really hurt Unity. The CEO ended up retiring almost immediately thereafter. They got a new CEO who's like, yeah, I'm going to be doing things differently. We'll see. But yeah, so Unity has had a pretty rough year. That was sort of their end of third quarter, beginning of first quarter, kind of a rough thing. But now they've made a very unfortunate announcement. We always do cover this kind of stuff because we want people to understand the state of game development. And Unity has announced that they are closing corporate offices in 14 locations. I didn't even know Unity had more than 14. I didn't know Unity had 14 offices, period. They're closing 14 of them. Ouch. That's painful. 14 offices closing. Most of the staff is going to be laid off, but I wanted to go over this. It is evaluating its real estate footprint. They said in a filing that staff affected by the closures, quote, will have the option to become fully remote with the exception of specific roles which are location dependent. So in other words, if you had to be in the office, you're losing your job. That is sad. And it's going to be approximately, I think it was where did it go? It was something like 3% of their global workforce is going to be affected by this, which is slightly under 300 staff. I think it's like 268 staff are going to be lost for this. They're going to be closing 14 offices. Now, part of this is absolutely what they said it is. It's we don't need to spend this much money on land. Like we just don't need to have this many buildings under our rent. So that makes sense. I get that, especially if you're looking for cost cutting. This is 2023. A lot of jobs can be done at home. So let people do that. So that part of it makes sense. But I think it is just like it's a sad reflection of some people will be losing their job. Like I said, about just under, it's something like 268. That number keeps popping into my head. 268-ish people are going to be losing their jobs. Other people are going to be going from the office environment to a work from home environment. And then 14 offices are going to be closing. It's going to save Unity a chunk of money, but still, we always hate to see people in the gaming industry losing their job. So tough times at Unity. Hopefully they do recover because we do know that engine has been hugely utilized and supportive of the indie game development movement. So we hope that continues. But right now they are going through a pretty difficult struggle. Let's move on to what's next. Oh, that's right. Okay. So the YouTube logo is on screen, but we're going to be talking about YouTube and XQC. Here's why. If you were following any streamer news recently, you would have seen that XQC had his YouTube channel, his main channel, eliminated. It just vanished. It just poof, gone. It was all of a sudden shut down. So yeah, what happened? What happened was technically only partially XQC's fault. I say partially because all he had to do, and he admits this, all he had to do was respond to things. What happened was, and this is something that affects a lot of larger creators, what happened was there are trolls amongst the internet. I know, I'm here to give you bad news. This is a surprise to many. There are trolls on the internet who do bad things. And they do things like fake copyright claims. So that's what happened to XQC. XQC had fake copyright claims put against his channel for things that he had done. Typically, it's for videos that he would watch. He would react to them, and the copyright holder, or in this case, the fake copyright holder, would file a claim saying, no, that's my copyrighted material, take it down. And then the creator, in this case, XQC, the creator has to go in and respond to those and say, no, A, you don't hold the copyright. B, it isn't copyrighted material. Or C, none of this is legit, so shut up and get rid of it. And then, unfortunately, YouTube has to go in and kind of figure out where the truth is, and some of it is automated and bot-based. Some of it is humans that look at it and all of that. He didn't respond. Hey, what's up, Blood Tide? He didn't respond. And so YouTube, just by sake of calendar, they were like, okay, time's up. Like, you didn't respond, so the copyright claim stands. You've got a shit ton of them. Your channel's gone. And so that's what happened. So he admits, I will read what he exactly said, because it was basically him saying, look, this is my fault. YouTube didn't punish me. YouTube was doing their job. Okay, so the Twitch and Kick streamer, which I love this, by the way. We're only talking about YouTube in this article. I don't understand. Dexerno did this. The Twitch and Kick streamer, who the fuck cares? We're talking about YouTube. The Twitch and Kick streamer addressed his YouTube channel returning, because it did. It returned like 2 days after. It was like gone, and then he was like, oh shit, okay, I got to do my job. So he goes, or his staff did. Somebody responded. And then all of a sudden his channel was back, and it was like, oh my God, what happened? Did he get unbanned? It's like, no, he wasn't technically banned. It just, they had to enforce copyright claims. He revealed, quote, he was too lazy to deal with some of the strikes that he'd already been hit with. Quote, somebody that is not part of any of these realms, a random, claimed to be one of these people and said, yo, this is my video, but that person is not Tom Scott or the main video or anybody. He said, noting the video which had gotten him suspended. Quote, literally, when I sent the counterclaim, which is what you have to do for us as creators, if somebody comes in and makes a false claim against us, we have to then make a counterclaim and, like I said, kind of explain what's actually happening and that this person's fake. So, quote, when I got sent the counterclaim, it just took a while to kick in and we were past the limit, so the account got banned. That's it. It just sucks that this happens. And the sad part is nobody has figured out a better way. Nobody has understood how to better mediate this process, because you do have authentic, true, copyright claim holders. They are the ones who's like, no, that's my music, or that's my video, or that's my whatever. They can go in and they do have the right, as they should, they have the right to protect their intellectual property. Just because some jackass wants to react to it doesn't mean they have the legal right to do that. XQC has seen his fair share of that. There has been, what was that guy? There's a YouTube channel, I think it's Legal Eagle, something like that, who basically went through like a bunch of these React videos, like, yeah. So basically, you sitting in front of the video while, let's say, Stranger Things or whatever, you broadcasting this copyrighted material and simply saying, well, it's art because I'm reacting to it. No, it's not. That is not the way the copyright claim works. You're just broadcasting somebody else's stuff. And there's been multiple cases involving XQC where he doesn't react for minutes or hours at a time. He's just sitting there watching shit. I'm sorry, that's a public broadcast. You can't do that, So you got to be careful with this kind of stuff. And like I said, so there's a lot of different sides. One of them is the actual copyright claim holder. They have the right to protect their stuff. Then you've got people who pretend to be the copyright holders and they're just being trolls, which, by the way, if that's you, fuck off. Okay. Then you have people like XQC and other content creators who are, I'll leave that one alone. You have some content creators who are trying to make authentic content. They're literally trying to create something original and do something entertaining. You have other content creators who are merely ripping people off. Okay, so you've got those different camps. Then you've got the platforms themselves. You've got the YouTubes and the Kicks and the Twitches and the Facebooks and the Instagrams. You've got all the platforms that are stuck in the middle. And sometimes the reason they're stuck in the middle is because of local laws. So what YouTube in XQC's case, for example, what YouTube legally may have had to do in the United States, for example, or Canada, they may not have had to do it in Saudi Arabia. They may not have had to do it in Romania. They may not have had to do it in Brazil. But sometimes they're just bound by local laws and they're like, okay, not only do we have to take down your channel, but we can't make you available anymore in Peru because Peru doesn't allow X, Y, Z, blah, 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 whatever the list is. So it's a very, very complicated space. And for viewers, it doesn't always seem that hard. It's just like, well, they broadcast something. I watched it. I was entertained. I hit the like button, which, by the way, if you haven't done so already, go to the PapaJuggernaut channel right here on YouTube and go press that like button, subscribe, comment, do all the, the things that people ask you to do. I'm doing that. So it is a complex environment, whether you're a creator or a viewer. It does impact your experience on that particular platform or with that particular creator. You got to just kind of wander through the weeds. And in this case, I was really happy to see what happened because YouTube explained what happened, XQC explained what happened, and then it was over. Like, it didn't have to be this big drama. It was just here's the issue, here's how it got fixed, here's the explanation, all done. And it didn't have to be more drama than it was. So I love seeing that kind of stuff because the internet loves to pick up on drama or invent it. And that sucks. Okay. So anyway, that's what happened with XQC. XQC is not the only one that this happens to. It happens to a lot of creators, especially the bigger you get, the more attention you get, and the more really hateful, spiteful people that follow you. Good times. Let's talk about something else. Oh yes, this is the game release. This is the game of things that are the games. So I wanted to, because again, and I should have done this last week, but I'm doing it this week. We're going to be talking about the games that are coming out in December. One of the bigger ones is coming out actually today. We are broadcasting this and recording it on December 1st. Today is when Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince came out. So hopefully you're enjoying that. That is a Switch game. So you got to be on Switch. Like our good friend who is a Diamond Discord sub, Zombie Sandwich, he just got limited edition. It is a limited edition, nice, big, beautiful OLED screen, Steam Deck. So yeah, fun stuff. But anyway, so this is a Switch game, Dragon Quest Monsters: The Dark Prince. That has come out today. Now, interesting one is going to be coming out in 4 days from when we're recording this on December 5th. Disney Dreamlight Valley comes out. What do you mean, Jug? It's already out. Yes, but this is not a full feature release. On December 5th, it is a full feature release. That's going to be a good one. Where did it go? Yes. Next one. So, in fact, there's a Rise Above team member, Slev Show. Slev is a broadcaster. He is a content creator for Disney Dreamlight Valley. Makes some really, really entertaining streams. So I encourage you to go check out Slev, S-L-E-V. You will find him on Twitch. You'll also find him right here on YouTube as well. He creates content and posts a lot of shorts and other videos on YouTube. So check that out as well. But again, Disney Dreamlight Valley full feature release is coming out on December 5th. That is for PS5, PS4, Xbox, both versions, the Switch, the PC, and even on Macs. Why people make games for Mac, I have no idea. It just seems like a waste of code. Because nobody buys Macs to play games. What else? Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora. That's coming out on the PS5 and the Xbox and the PC on December 7th. So if you're into the Avatar series, cool. It's part of that. What else do we got? Oh yeah, I didn't even know this was a game. House Flipper 2. People made the goofiest games. I love it. House Flipper 2 is coming out on December 14th. That is a PC exclusive, so check that out. You have to go pick that up on Steam. The other one that was today, it was the Batman Arkham Trilogy. That's coming out on the Switch. So check that out on the Switch. Let's see. SteamWorld Build is coming out on all platforms. That is also today. A Highland Song, Born of Bread, Sonic Dream Team. That's right. That's coming out on the iOS systems. That'll be December 5th as well. Lord of the Rings Return to Moria. That'll be December 5th. We got a lot of stuff coming out on December 5th. A lot of good titles. Lego Brick Tales, December 7th. What else we got? Oh yeah, Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. I don't know if you guys have been following that one. Funny concept for a game. Plumbers Don't Wear Ties is coming out December 8th. That is all platforms except Mac, because again, who cares? Let's see. SpongeBob SquarePants comes out on December 12th. Nosha's coming out on December 14th. GTA the Trilogy, big deal. That's a Netflix thing. Oh yeah, the Pokemon. Which one is that? The Scarlet and Violet, The Hidden Treasure of Area Zero Part 2, the Indigo Disc. That's coming out December 14th on Switch. And of course, Resident Evil 4 is coming out on December 20th. But speaking of Grand Theft Auto, it has been announced. It is finalized. Grand Theft Auto, the trailer for GTA 6 is hitting on December 5th. We've all been waiting for it. It is finally arriving. The trailer is going to come out on December 5th. So mark your calendars, not the one on the screen because that has no dates on it because I used a paint bucket. But for everything else, mark your calendars, December 5th. The trailer will be dropping on the internet and we get to check out what GTA 6 will look like. Finally, years in the making, it's arriving. Okay? Yes, 4 days from today. 4 days from today, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this on any of the audio platforms, it'll be tomorrow because this should be dropping on Monday the 4th. Okay. Moving right along. What's next? Oh, yeah, next. Okay. So this is our big chat of the night. I wanted to go over a couple of things because for those of you not living under a rock, Elon Musk has been in the news lately. Not sure if you've heard. Elon Musk has been in the news. Two big reasons Elon Musk has been in the news. One of them is because of what is going on at X, aka former Twitter. The other is that there was a Cybertruck delivery event. The Tesla Cybertruck is finally getting out to customers. Late and stupidly overpriced from what he promised it would be. But whatever. So we're going to talk about a couple of things here. First, let's talk about the Cybertruck event that did go down a couple of days ago. Customers are starting to receive their Cybertrucks, but the laundry list, the waiting list is so long. Literally, there are people that are like, yeah, I don't think my number comes up for like 4 years or something. Like it's a long list of customers that have got their deposits down. So Cybertruck is out. Couple of problems. First of all, it's late. Second of all, let's move past the lateness. Okay, whatever. Things happen. Life goes on. By the way, these are people that are putting down so much money for a truck that they don't really care if it's late. Okay, it's not like the money is missing from their pocket. Second of all, the price he originally promised that it would be a starting price of like $39,995 US. Okay, so 40 grand. He's like, yeah, I promise Cybertruck is going to start at 40 grand. I think the base model is 66. Let me bring this up for a second. 39,900. Apologies. So his original promise starts at 39,900. Well, the base model now starts at 60,990. So he was only 50% off. I was wrong by half. Apologies. This is starting at $61,000. Okay. So there's that. Then there is the top of the line version, which he calls the Cyber Beast, and that is $80,000. I'm sorry, that's $100,000. This is the $100,000 one. The $100,000 one, the Cyber Beast, it has 845 horsepower and it is $100,000. That's a lot of money for a truck that looks like it was designed by a 7-year-old. I'm just saying, the truck doesn't look that interesting. It looks interesting. It doesn't look that good. Okay? So there's that. But the problem is kind of where it sits now in the market. Because while Elon's been not making these trucks, other companies have been making trucks. Ford makes an electric truck. Rivian Rivian is entirely an electric vehicle maker. All Rivian does is make electric trucks. So now he's coming into a slightly different market than when he started. And the price points that he's picked doesn't really give him much of an advantage to win a price war. Now, that's never been his thing. Only recently, in recent years, has Tesla said, we're going to make lower price vehicles, and he keeps slashing the price of all of his cars. But the truck has gone in the other direction. The truck is now stupid expensive. Okay? So let's talk about that. At its base price, the Cybertruck slots itself dead center in the middle of other notable electric pickup trucks like the $50,000 F-150 Lightning from Ford. Okay? The $73,000 Rivian R1T. But this truck, the Cybertruck, is not really going to be available until 2025. You can buy a Rivian today. I see them all the time on the freeways here in Southern California. You can buy a Rivian truck for $70,000. You can go buy that truck and drive it today. Can't do that with a Cybertruck. Sucks. So, okay. So there's that. Let's see. The F-150 Lightning Lariat, which if you're not familiar with Ford vehicles, the Lariat is one of the top of the line trucks that they make for the F-150 line, or actually for the F-Series line. I think you can do Lariats in different versions. But for $77,000, the F-150 Lightning Lariat trim can be had with an extended battery range, which will give you, by the way, 320 miles of travel just on battery. So you will be able to drive this truck 320 miles just on battery, and you can order it now. You can buy your truck today. You can get a dual motor all-wheel drive. It comes standard on the models. If you're looking, where did it go? Oh yeah, the Lightning's lower towing capacity of 7,700 pounds instead of Tesla's 11,000 pounds. But again, I can buy the Ford today. So if I'm looking for an electric truck, I can buy it today. And it's from a reputable manufacturer that I know has a warranty program. So you can, shit goes wrong, you can get it fixed. There's also service, stations all over the place. The Rivian R1T, again, it's $79,000. It comes with an optional large pack battery, which eclipses both the Cybertruck range, because Cybertruck is expected to go in its standard range of 340 miles. The large pack battery on the Rivian R1T is 352, so a little bit more. They're all basically in that 350 or lower range. So they're in the same ballpark. It's not like anybody's like, I need 20 more miles. No, you knew you needed to charge your truck. But it also offers the 11,000 pound towing capacity. So Rivian makes a cool electric truck. I think it's cool. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, but I think it's a cool looking truck. But it's like Elon's product isn't coming out for so long and has taken so long to get to the market and is now so ridiculously more expensive than he originally promised it would be. We're getting to that part of why. Maybe we just don't do this truck. But he's got so many billions of dollars invested in it, kind of like X. He's got so many billions of dollars invested in it, he can't just pull the plug. He has to find a way to make this function, which he probably will. For all of the criticisms you can level at Elon Musk, being stupid isn't one of them. Being emotionally unstable, that's one you can level at him, and we're going to talk about that. So, again, Cybertruck, interesting. The photo that you see on screen, by the way, if you guys are old enough to remember this, if you're not, damn, you're young. If you are, the photo on screen right now is this is a clip that I took from the Cybertruck official video on their website. I screenshotted this because what it shows, I'm going to try and be as accurate as I can without being harsh. It looks like somebody pulled a bunch of gray trash bags over the back of the Cybertruck to make a tent. I'm not sure how else to describe this. It doesn't look like real tent equipment. It literally looks like gray trash bags stretched over some sort of frame to turn the back of the Cybertruck into a tent. If you're old enough to remember the Pontiac Aztek, it was one of the ugliest, worst designed SUVs, whatever the hell it was. Maybe it was an SUV. But literally one of the selling points of the Aztek was that you could turn the back of it into a tent. Conceptually cool. In practice, stupid. Nobody wanted it, and you looked like this. You looked like you just had trash bags stretched over the back of your truck. And now they're using this as a selling point. They're like, look, we did it too. It's like, dude, Pontiac learned that lesson 30 years ago. Are you kidding? Don't do this again. But there it is. The Cybertruck trash tent. Cybertruck trash tent. I think that's what I'm going with. Yeah, exactly. Rooster said in chat, I've heard the windows are unbreakable. Oh, wait. Yeah. Still, one of the best photos ever is Elon at the end of the presentation of the Cybertruck. He's standing in front of it. It's got 2 smashed windows because he decided to test the unbreakability of the glass. It was breakable. God, that was classic. I mean, that was just like, how did you not prep for this? How were you not, like, who did not be like, you know what? We ought to do this before we go live. Yeah, turns out failed. So anyways, so that's the Cybertruck. Okay. It wasn't the greatest release for Tesla, but whatever, they're moving forward and things are what they are. The other reason we're talking about Elon Musk tonight is because of what has recently happened with X. I have spoken about this repeatedly on this show and on my streams and in Discord. He hired a CEO who comes from NBC Universal, multi-billion-dollar entertainment company, right? She was basically the vice president of advertising. Like, she was the queen of the world when it came to bringing in huge advertisers and delivering great products. Okay. So he brings her in because he knows X needs advertisers to survive. He's slashed as many staff as he can. He's ruined a lot of lives. And he's like, okay, we need somebody with advertiser experience. Let's go grab somebody from a huge corporation. And he did. He got Linda Yaccarino. The problem is he made her CEO, but she's not really the CEO. Like, in practice, she has the title, but he seems to be driving everything about the company, and she only finds out about it after the fact. They were at a very large corporate event. It's a bunch of it's a place for a lot of business leaders. They all get together. It's DealBook, and what they do at DealBook is they go and they figure out sort of relationships, and they talk about emerging trends and all of this shit. Who cares? Elon goes on stage, and they're talking about a couple of things. One, they're talking about X. They're talking about his recent endorsement of an anti-Jewish tweet, basically lending itself to sort of the great replacement theory that says that group X of people is coming in to replace group Y of people and take their jobs and their houses and all of this bullshit. You can use it against Jews. You can use it against black people. You can use it against Asians, whatever. It's a common trope among white nationalists. White nationalists love to say that the other people are coming in to steal our jobs, or they're coming in to steal our places in college and blah, blah, blah. Well, he basically endorsed it. He retweeted it with comments, which is important. He retweeted some white nationalist comment about it. So he retweets that and says, yes, you're speaking the truth, and then goes on with some sentences about how he agrees with it. And it was against Jewish people. It was sort of a, here's what the Jews are doing today thing. It's exactly what happened with Hitler in the 20s and 30s in Germany. So he endorses it, and he spreads that out to his audience. Well, that got him in a shit ton of trouble. A lot of major corporate advertisers, from Apple to Disney to IBM to Comcast, Spectrum, like tons of companies were like, okay, look, your owner has lost his mind. We can't keep giving you millions of dollars. We're going to pause all of our advertising on your platform X until you show us that you're a professional, group run by adults. So he goes on and he's trying to explain that. And then he starts whining. And I do mean whining. Elon Musk starts whining, the richest man on the planet. The richest man on the planet starts whining about how he won't be blackmailed by advertisers. And he basically points out the fact that I don't need your billions of dollars. I have more than you do. And he says that he won't be blackmailed by advertisers over money. Okay, let's analyze that. First of all, you're not being blackmailed. You're facing the consequences of your actions. So if somebody maybe wants to put a memo to Mr. Musk that this is called being an adult, he needs to understand that. This isn't blackmail. This isn't cancel culture. This is you decided to be a racist son of a bitch, and corporations don't want to affiliate with that most of the time. That's what's happening. They're not going to endorse your KKK idea of we don't like Jews because. Okay? That's what's happening. He's complaining and whining about it. And what happens is he tells the audience, which has his advertisers in it, the CEOs of these companies are in the audience, including Bob Iger, who is the CEO of Disney. Disney has been one of the most outspoken companies that are like, no, and just no, we're not doing this anymore. You need to show us that you can be run like adults. Bob Iger is sitting in the audience. And I need to quote this. I need to quote this properly because it just bears, you got to put it in the right terms. Let's see. Yes, they're trying to blackmail him. Here we go. So he says, yes. So for companies like Disney that halted spending on his social network, quote, go fuck yourself. That's a quote. He says it again. Go fuck yourself. Is that clear? And then, this was the best part, he looks out into the audience and he says, hi, Bob. Because he knows Iger's there. This is how immature the world's wealthiest man is. This is what $200 billion gets you, is just a shitty attitude. Oh man. It's unbelievable what this guy is doing. Yeah. So earlier at the DealBook Summit, Disney CEO Bob Iger addressed the company's decision to halt ad spending on X. Quote, I have a lot of respect for Elon and what he has accomplished. However, given the position that he took in quite a public manner, Disney concluded that its association with Musk and X was not necessarily a positive one for us. You think? How do you sell all of these diversity movies and all these things that are, cartoons for kids and stuff? How do you sell all that while also giving money to the world's richest racist? Like, that's a conflict. It's a problem. So, let's see. Asked to respond, Elon Musk said that if a company like Disney is, quote, going to try and blackmail me with advertising, by the way, hey, Bob, if you're in the audience, that's how I feel. Don't advertise. Well, he already said that. You didn't have to tell him to not advertise. He told you he wasn't advertising. This is a level of both arrogance and stupidity that is really unmatched because of his extreme wealth. Massive wealth. Elon Musk is worth more money than some countries. You got to remember that. There are countries worth less than that one dude. Okay. People that have canceled include Disney, IBM, Warner Brothers Discovery, Sony, Comcast, and NBC Universal, which is where he stole the CEO from. So good time. The White House criticized the tweet that he made. So this is another part that I did want to clarify. Musk later said, and he has said this later even after DealBook, he said, quote, I should not have replied to that particular person. I essentially handed a loaded gun to those who hate me, calling it one of the, quote, most foolish, end quote, posts that he's ever made on X. That's a hell of a claim. Elon Musk has said some monumentally stupid things on X. And he says this is one of the worst, not the worst. When you start scapegoating Jews, that's not the worst thing he thinks he said. Okay. Special, isn't he? Musk said he clarified his remark in subsequent posts. He said that his point was that persecuted groups funded by Jewish organizations were calling for attacks on Jewish people, which, no. Quote, what I was saying was that it's unwise to support groups that want your annihilation. He reiterated that he is not anti-Semitic and that, quote, if anything, I am philo-Semitic. He's now inventing new classifications to try to justify his bullshit. Quote, I have no problem being hated. Hate away, he said. It's a real weakness to be liked. Well, then, buddy, you're the strongest person alive because nobody likes you right now. Quote, the only reason I'm here is because you're a friend, which he was talking to the guy who kind of put the whole show together, Jonathan Sorkin. Meanwhile, Ross. Jesus. Andrew Ross Sorkin. He called him Jonathan. Meanwhile, Musk said his trip this week to Israel, where he was hosted by Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, was not an apology tour. Which is good because for anybody who followed that piece of news, his trip to Israel was basically panned by everybody. Americans, Europeans, Israelis, Palestinians. Everybody was like, you didn't do anything good on this trip. This was a waste of jet fuel. Don't do this again. Everybody thought it was stupid. He probably thought it was stupid. Anyways, so the point is, there are a lot of things that you can be cautious of when affiliating with somebody or affiliating with a company. Elon Musk is getting, again, his CEO was there at this event and she basically just kind of watched as the owner of the company burned down her job because now she has to go on her own apology tour. She's not a CEO. She has the title, but she doesn't have the power. She can't do anything without Elon Musk. It just sucks. But that's what's going on with X right now. I am spending, for those of you who saw the post in Discord, and I think I put it out on X as well, I am putting out more posts on Threads. I've opened up a Blue Sky account. So I'm diversifying the content because I do not want to be reliant on X. Threads so far, I've actually really enjoyed the experience there. They need to sort out their timeline thing. It's basically a giant for you, and the for you doesn't even necessarily is always relevant for you. But I do like Threads. I think it's convenient. You can now do it on desktop as well as mobile, so it's a good thing there. So if you want to follow me on Threads, feel free to do that. There are links that you can find basically anywhere. So let's connect there if you'd like to. If you're trying to avoid X, I don't blame you. I will still have my account on X and I will still be posting there, but I am going to be utilizing other platforms because I want to find the people and connect with all of you that have said you're done with X. And I understand why. So that's it for tonight, everybody. I'm going to be back on streams on Monday. I will have a IRL stream for the Diamond Discord subs coming up. But there's a lot of cool stuff going on, and there's going to be more YouTube content coming out, not just the podcast, but also new videos. There's going to be new shorts, new posts, new YouTube posts that are coming out. And I just want to, again, thank a few people. One, if you are a new follower to or new subscriber to the YouTube channel, thank you very much for doing that. We're getting closer to our 500 sub goal. I want to thank everybody who participated in last night's fundraiser for No Kid Hungry. Our original goal was $250. We raised $800 for No Kid Hungry. That's 8,000 kids getting fed. That is 8,000 meals going out that would not have gone out otherwise. So congratulations and thank you to all of you for contributing. As I said, the new merch is out, so you can order those, and you will have those in time for Christmas. If you order some of the faster stuff, you'll even have those by Hanukkah. So GG's for that one. And then if you haven't joined the Discord, I invite you to do so. But I will see you back on stream on Monday. Go have yourself a good morning, a good day, a good night, and I will see you back on this podcast next Friday. See ya.